always good. And I think the students will really appreciate knowing that you all took that extra step and checked in on it.
I also want to announce too that we were able to get extra seats. So if you have colleagues that you're communicating with, they can join us. So thanks everybody for your patience as we were working through that. But if you want to tell your colleagues, I will, Rick and I will stay here and admit them, you know, if they would like to join us, and then we'll go ahead too and share the slide deck as well so people can kind of get caught up. The next thing we're going to talk about is cell preparation for students. So we're going to do another short activity. So this time we're going to use a Padlet. Some of you probably are experienced with using Padlet. At this point, one thing that I just learned, even though I've been using Padlet for a couple of years, is that you can click the little heart in the right-hand corner and you can save any Padlets. Because I know sometimes, especially with a group this large, is that the Padlets will go really, really quickly. And you don't really get an opportunity to really process that information, and you may want to go back and look. And so that's one way that you can go back and look at it. So we're going to go ahead, and the question is, and Rick, if you don't mind putting the link into the Padlet, or I'm sorry, into the chat for the Padlet, or you can use your QR code from your phone, is after being in the hybrid model for the past 2 to 3 weeks, what tools do you feel you need or are you using to support students who are experiencing trauma or social and emotional issues? So we'll give you just a couple of minutes to get into Padlet. And then we'll take a look at that.
Hi, Katie and Rick. This is your friendly Zoom assistant, Shelby Reynolds. We are seeing good increases in the number of people in your session. I'll sit here and admit people from the waiting room. We also are live streaming on YouTube. And I've sent that link out to Tracy Malloy for her to share with the larger audience.
I have to giggle. I forgot that I have Padlet notifications on my phone. So I was wondering why my phone was beeping incessantly. So that's a good sign. I'm going to have 300 beeps coming up plus. So
one more quick note to folks in the audience. We have enabled closed captioning and live transcription. So if you'd like to see subtitles, you need only click on the little arrow next to the CC button on your Zoom toolbar, and you can open up subtitles and see me say things like subtitles.
Thank you for your help, Shelby.
Of course.
I'm excited we have this large group of people, you know, and I think one of the things that I just never, you know, I never stop, I feel like Rick and I never stop modeling is our challenges with tech issues. And I think that's a really important thing to model on a daily basis. Because things are going to happen and that's okay. And I have to consistently laugh at myself because if you don't, you just, you know, go nutty. So well, looks like so many people are participating. I'm going to stop presenting here for a second so we can take a look at the Padlet. And Rick, are we seeing the Padlet?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously we have a ton of people in this group. There might have been a better tool to use this with. I recommend it for like your classes. This is a great way just to engage your kids, especially now that you have kids who are both at home and on ground. I got to go to Skyview Middle School and watch this going on. I've been at a couple elementary schools watching this go on. And it is hard. You guys are doing an awesome job. It's something that as long as I've been in online learning, we haven't really had to do something like that before. So I know that's challenging. So this is another great tool, especially for a check-in. Obviously, you wouldn't have 300 of your kids answering this, so it'd be much more manageable. But you could also use it for your teams. This is going to be one of the options that your team can use when you guys are discussing out some of the things we're going to talk about later. And let's make sure too, we're running out a little bit of time here, but that's okay. And this is great because what you can do too, I turned on the hearts as well. So, you know, if you can put like journal entries, break times, oh, I love that, you know, and I'm going to make comments and things like that. And again, the heart is up here at the top of the screen. So I want to save this, especially if this isn't my Padlet. You might need to sign in for a Padlet account to do this. But if you click the heart, I can go back, even though I own this one, but let's just pretend I don't. I could go back then and read through this. So one of the things Rick and I will do after this session is go back through and really look at this, and then maybe share out with principals of some of the things that their staffs are doing and people are doing around the district, which is great. All right, so while you're all working on that, I'm going to go back to the back to our presentation here. Let's see, there we go. And we just need to start probably moving a little more quickly here, Rick. So if maybe just do a quick run through of these because we want to make sure they have enough time to work in teams and groups.
So yeah, these are some of the SEL routines that we kind of touched base on. Definitely wearing masks in the classroom. Some students, we're trying to get them more comfortable with, even if they are doing distance learning, to keep their camera on. But we understand why some students definitely don't want to use them. Washing hands all the time, definitely when they're in school. We went over that a little bit. And greetings with each other. Katie's gonna go ahead and tell you about it. She likes talking about the social distance.
Yeah, just when I know not every grade did bridge weeks, but you know, and these are things that I'm sure at this point you guys have been in class with kids now for a couple weeks that you're teaching your own things. I know we taught them bird wings, like if they were next to each other, more like flopping, that would get them closer to 6 feet. We did, depending on the age, zombie monster arms. And I know a lot of your buildings have done a great job with, you know, spots and places for the kiddos to stand. And then the other thing and this is something we all know you guys do as teachers. I mean, I feel like I worked on this as a teacher. You're constantly working on this. Otherwise it's harder to be successful in the classroom, is just continuing building those relationships with our students. One thing that Skyview was doing, which I thought was really interesting, and I'm not sure what other buildings are doing, maybe everybody's doing this, but they took off like so they would send the kids who are online, they would give them like the last 15 minutes of their class period to do something independently. So they had that time in class with those students who are on ground to really, really talk to those kids and, you know, have do some more active learning and things like that. And I know too, a lot of you are getting different kids because they had to move kids around. So reaching out to those families again, it's almost like a brand new school year with some of the things that we're having to do. All right, and culturally responsive teaching. This is just something we want to make sure that, and we probably, you know, we say this almost in every single one of our professional developments, is reminding teachers about culturally responsive teaching. That's making sure that all students are seeing themselves in art around the room, in books that they're reading, in music that's being played, any way that you feel that you can incorporate, you know, culturally diverse groups into your academics. That's going to be really, really important. We don't expect you to run out to the library today and go buy everything, but just something to be really conscious of as you are choosing like books for read out louds, or you know, choosing activities for students to do. That's just a really important piece, and it's really connected with that relationship building and you know, how students see themselves in the curriculum.
And when it comes to
Oh no, go ahead.
No, when it comes to music, I always like to touch base on this. Be careful about music. Music has changed over the decades. I will say I'm a big fan of using instrumentals. I feel that students can pick up the different genres of music just by the instruments. I typically prefer not to use. You may have a different preference, but if you do use music with words, make sure you proof them ahead of time. And that's why I use instrumentals, because sometimes there's just hidden meanings in songs, and I just don't want to put anyone in a compromising situation.
All right. Well, Rick and I have talked long enough. So we are going to get to our activity, which should be interesting because we have people in, and hopefully we have now enough rooms in our Zoom rooms. If not, I want to preface this, and I'll go back to that first slide, and all of you now have our Zoom room. As we go through these activities, you guys are basically on your own for the next, I think we have it at 40, 50 minutes. We'll just touch base at the end. If you would like to use your own Zoom room and communicate with your team about that, that is absolutely fine. We just need you to come back at the end and to basically, we'd like to just share out a little bit. We have a huge group, so not everybody's going to be able to do that. We did create a document that everybody could share on. So what we're going to do today is kind of model that choice and voice for students. We're going to model that with you guys. Rick, do you mind putting the link to the article and video links in the chat, please?
Yes, it's there.
If you have a colleague that's watching on YouTube or not, please feel free to share that with them. And basically what you're going to do, and this is the individual part of the activity, is you guys can decide as a collective in your teams if you would like to do this, but you're going to choose 2 to 3 articles to read. The articles are very short. Almost all of them are from Edutopia. And then you're going to choose 1 to 2 videos to watch. Most of the videos are from a YouTube channel called Committee for Children, and they're really short. If you choose the Edutopia video, which is about 8 minutes, it's awesome. It's excellent. It's about a school in Nashville doing trauma-informed practice at elementary. Choose just that one. You're not going to have time to watch more. So if you choose the Edutopia video, just choose that one. So you're going to choose 2 to 3 articles to read. You're going to choose 1 to 2 videos to watch. And then while you're listening and or reading, watching your videos, process that information in a way that benefits you. I know I'm a note writer. I still use pen and paper for writing notes. I have a notebook. That's how I process information. Some of you might highlight. Now, we probably don't have time to print, but you can use the highlighter on your screen if you want to do it that way. Some people like to draw pictures, creating a graphic organizer, whatever way. Some of you might just remember everything that you read. I'm very jealous of you. I am not that person, but if you just remember and have kind of that, that memory that just everything goes in and nothing goes out. So whatever works for you. You can find the list of the links to the articles and videos by accessing the Google Doc. Before you do that, I just want to go on to the next piece of this. And this is the voice piece. You are going to collaborate with your school team. So I have set up Zoom rooms in which each school is represented, and then also a specialist room is represented, and then an early childhood room is represented, because I know there's a bunch of different people here from all over the district. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick your school. Again, if you would like to meet in an outside Zoom room, if you feel that's better, please contact your team that you're going to be meeting with and give them that information, because we want to make sure nobody's left out and left by themselves in a team, in a Zoom room by themselves. That's so sad. But what you're going to do is you're going to join your team. When you're in your team, so let's just say Arrowhead's the first one on there. Let's say the Arrowhead group is in there, and then within the Arrowhead group, you guys want to break down even further, that's fine. Or you can all work together. It's up to you guys what you want to do at that point. Okay, that's your voice and your choice in this. And then what you're going to do is there's the link to activity directions. You're going to go to that page, and you as a team, you guys are going to choose to work in the Google Doc provided. You can create a short video or podcast about your essential question. You're going to have one essential question to answer. You can create an online poster, or you can do something like we did with the Padlet. What's really cool about this is take the creativity of your team and do this. I also gave you links to free tools that you can use this on. So you don't have to go Googling like how to do an online poster. There's a link in those directions. And Rick, if we could put a link to those activities, that would be fantastic.
Yes, it's already there.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. You should be able, now this should be really fun here. I'm gonna actually stop sharing right now, just so I make sure we can do this. I created breakout rooms for each one of the schools, and I think Shelby may need to give my hosting back to me or open up the breakout rooms. Shelby, where are you?
I'm here, just a second. Sorry.
Okay, thanks. And you should be able to self-choose your room. If you can't, we can put you in a room, but it should be alphabetized. Bear Creek specialist. So sorry, Bear Creek, it's not that I forgot you. I was just trying to figure out where to put you because I was going to do grade level teams. I didn't have enough breakout rooms. So everybody's alphabetized. Bear Creek specialist and early childhood are at the bottom of the list. We would like you guys back here. We went over a little bit. So if we could come back just to do a quick check-in at 3:20, 3:25, that would be awesome. And we will put all the links in the chat again.
Katie, you're now the host. You should be able to launch breakout rooms.
All right, I see them now. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to open all rooms. And they should be able to assign themselves, or do I have to assign them, Shelby, if I created them?
It depends on how you have your settings set up. If you want to make me a co-host, I might be able, or just give me host back and I'll do it.
Okay. That's probably the easiest.
We just went through this with the high school group and it was 400
All right.
people's worth of fun. It was great.
Always learning, always learning.
Always learning.
Yeah, let's get some of these links back in for you guys. Well, Shelby's working on that. Okay, so this is the link to the one I'm putting in the chat now. This is the link to the activity directions. I'm also going to put attendance in here too. That's activity directions.
So for those of you that haven't experienced the joining of a room of your choice, you need to click on the breakout rooms icon and you'll see a list of rooms at the bottom of that window. And if you hover over the number to the right of the name of the room that you want to join, the number will turn into a join button. And you can click on that join and enter that room.
I'm on my phone and I'm not seeing a breakout room icon.
I don't see a breakout room either.
So this is fun. Sometimes if you have an older version of Zoom or you're on a Chromebook or a different device, such as a phone, you don't see the prompt, or you might have different windows hiding in the background. So
we can put you in a room.
We can definitely assign you to a room. It's helpful given the size of the number of people in here if you don't just shout out which room you want, but rather raise your hand and then we'll call on you and put you in the room that you're asking for.
Maywood Hills.
So Jacqueline, yeah. And for the rest of you, if you use the raise hand feature in Zoom, it makes it easier for us to find you on the screen.
Sorry.
Luckily, Jacqueline that's okay. You were at the top of my screen. And you want to go to Maywood.
Yes, please.
We will get you all in your rooms.
Yep.
There's some big rooms in there.
Yeah, we did this with the high school group. I can't. Yeah. We did this with the high school group of about 480 people not an hour ago, and had the exact same situation. So Jacqueline, where are you? I don't see you in the list. Hold on.
And then if I'm a co-host, can Rick put them in?
Yeah, I can-
Shelby?
Yeah, he should be able to. If you just open the breakout rooms window and hover over a person's name, a sign will show up.
Yeah, and I no longer have that anymore. So,
Unfortunately, people's names aren't in any kind of alphabetical order. So
no.
it's really hard to find people in the list.
We'll get you in there.
Sheila Arnold, where do you need to go?
Well, I'm OTPT, but I can go to Crystal Springs.
There's also a specialist team. Let me see if the specialist team has people in it.
Yeah, you work on that one. Susan Sires, where can, oh, good. Maywood.
Maywood
Specialist
Hills.
has people in it if you'd like to go to specialists.
Okay, Susan, I just assigned you to Maywood. You should see an invitation. Yay, that seems to have worked. Mary Nav, where are we sending you, friend?
Maywood.
Thank you.
I guess I'll go be with my own team, but can I get back on this Zoom later?
Yes, it's on it. You can just use this same Zoom link.
All right,
which
thank you.
You're welcome.
If you are accustomed to renaming yourself, that would be another fast way to tell us what school you want to be with. So if you hover over your video rectangle and click on the three dots and name yourself and put your school initials in your display name, that will be a much faster way for us to get you to where you need to go.
Valley at Lockwood. Yes.
Karen, if you would use the raise hand feature, then we'll know
I
what order folks have
don't know where.
gone in here. Amy Booker,
Yeah, Morelands, please. I guess specialist, I'm with the Learning Center.
Jessica.
And real quick, if you are on YouTube live stream, if you would like to come into our Zoom room now, we do have space, and that way we can put you into a breakout room. Some of the people watching on YouTube are wondering how to get into breakout rooms. So, and the Zoom room is, I don't know why I cannot see anything. Our Zoom room is, where is that? That is at the end, I think. Where did I put our Zoom room? I
Almost
swear it
there.
was in here.
Katie, what do you mean by Zoom room?
The one we're in now.
You want the link?
Well,
click
I don't
Katie.
think that really helps for YouTube people, except I put it on the front page.
Katie, if you click on the little shield in the upper left-hand corner, if you see that, that should tell you all the information about the meeting.
Yeah, let me put that in.
You could just announce that, like in terms of meeting code.
Yes, so if you would like to jump in this meeting room, the number is, as usual, we go to nsd.zoom.us, and then the number is 878037131107. I'll say that one more time, just in case I threw you off saying that number. So if you'd like to join us, it's the normal nsd.zoom.us. And then there's a little letter J in there that should come up, but the number is 878-037-13107. And then if you're just joining us, if you go to the breakout rooms, you find your breakout room and you hover to the right, you can join.
Our list is getting shorter of people who can't get to their rooms. This is so pleasing. The high school one was like,
Shelby, I think I should be with the specialist. This is Jen Schrader. You put me in the Moreland team.
what you put Morelands first.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll put you where you need to go.
And for those of you who may have just joined, if you just put the name of your school next to your name, we can get you in your breakout room a lot faster.
Yeah, so you just rename yourself.
Okay, now I gotta go find Jen in the list here. Hold on. Sorry
I'm
about that, Jen.
problematic. I'm sorry.
You're such a troublemaker. It's a good thing I know you.
And again, if you're just joining us, this is also a good reminder to update your Zoom account
Oh,
through
yes, please.
self-service. Because then you can do all these cool things like put yourself in your own Zoom room. Is you just go to breakout rooms and you hover over the breakout rooms and you'll notice it says join. So if you go to the top where it says like arrowhead, if I click over that number, it says join and I can join my own breakout room.
Somebody just named themselves Frank Love. I love that.
We don't know who you are though.
You know, that was an actual person. I mean, he was
Yes.
the superintendent for a hot minute, I think.
Maybe he's come back to join us today.
Yeah, maybe. I still see some folks that have their hands up that haven't renamed themselves. Karen, oh, there we go. Karen wants to go to specialist. Got it. Christopher Cortez, where would you like to go, sir?
Wooding Elementary, please.
Wooden. It looks like you might already be assigned to Wooden, but let me just double check.
And Sharon Lee?
Yes. I'm with Cottage Lake.
There you go.
Thank you.
So again, if you're just joining us, sorry, I don't know who's popping in or who's not popping in. If you go down to breakout room, if you hover over the breakout room name that you need to be in, we have all of the elementary schools. We have Bear Creek, we have specialists, and we also have early childhood development, which is down at the bottom. Early childhood center, sorry. And we also have a couple different grades. If you're here from first or second grade, if you want to do that instead of working in a different team. And if you hover over the name, if you like, for example, by Arrowhead, I'm going to look at Arrowhead. I'm going to hover over that number 10 and I'm going to click join.
Nicole, I see you've been added to a room that you haven't joined. Did we assign you to the wrong place?
No, I was able to get to Wellington, but I can still hear all you guys talking when I'm in my room.
Second grade, if you want to do that.
You might have two.
Oh, you might have the live stream open. It sounds like maybe you have YouTube going on in another tab.
Oh, okay. So how do I
can hear me talking.
So how do I?
Nicole, I see you've been added to a room. that you
Okay.
haven't joined. Did we assign you to the wrong place?
So
If you-
maybe
If you go to your server, are you using Chrome?
I was able to get to Wellington, but I can
So
still.
Nicole, it also says that you haven't joined your Wellington room. And if you had, I wouldn't see you in this room. So
Okay, so maybe I have to leave here.
you have to click join. Oh,
There she goes.
okay.
Oh,
Jan
look at this
Webb.
small group.
Jan, can we help you?
Yeah, I don't, I'm an SLP at Woodmore Early Childhood. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Early childhood, there's 0 people in the.
If you could be
I wanna
wherever you wanted right now,
I don't know.
where would
School-
you
What
be?
school are you at?
Well, I'm at Woodmore and I'm with the early childhood. I'm an SLP with I serve the ECAP and the Ready Start classrooms, as well as the phonology program at Hollywood Hill, all early childhood. So I'm not clear. I don't even, you know what? It's
You
called.
could have been with the Woodmore team.
You could just hang out here.
Well, except we, yeah. Have activities.
Sophia, I'm going to assign you to Kokanee because it says in staff directory that you work at Kokanee. I hope
No,
that's-
I work at Woodmore.
No, I
Woodmore.
was talking to somebody else, Jan.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Jan, I don't even see your name in the list. So I wonder if somebody moved you and then.
Am I in the right meeting? Is this?
I ask myself that question quite often, Jan. I can totally relate.
Gosh,
Is this the
I
meeting
am
I'm
so
supposed to be-
sorry.
Okay. It's okay. It's a weird, this is just weird. I mean, the
You know
whole-
what? I'll just join the Woodmore group and let you guys do your thing.
Okay, oh, wait, Jan, I found you. Hold on. I had somebody assigned you to specialist, but here, I'll put you in Woodmore. Here you
Well,
go.
Okay, thank you.
How about that? You're welcome. Okay. Hillary Moore. Are you with us?
Gosh, I wish I would have made another specialist group. That's a big group.
Yeah, Jane Flood, are you with us? Would you like to be not with us?
I'm gonna pop into specialists and tell them they can join Bear Creek's group because there's nobody in Bear Creek.
Okay.
Let me out when I need to come out.
Hi, Michelle. I see that you have Wooden in your name.
Yes, and I was assigned to Woodmore accidentally.
That's pretty funny. How about I send you to Wooden?
Thank you.
Why is that not showing up? Hold on, this is okay.
Stephanie, any room in?
Hi, I'm in a Zoom with my group, just so you know. We're Zooming on our own link.
Way to be resourceful. Michelle, I can't, Wooden's not showing up in the list here for some reason. It's really
I'm
strange.
just leaving you guys. I'll be back when it's time.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna, just for funsies, I'm just gonna try to move you to like Arrowhead or something. Oh, no, you are invited to Wooden.
I am?
Yeah, somebody already moved you there.
Yeah, yeah, I did a
Can you
long
see the
while ago. I
invitation?
can
Oh,
message you
thank you. Thank you. All right.
Awesome.
that. Okay.
There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see, Hillary, Jane, Stephanie. Oh, somebody's back. Nope, okay.
Just me.
Stephanie,
Hi, I'm Zooming with my grade level on a different computer. So I'm
Great.
just keeping you guys
Great.
for when it's
Yeah,
time to come back.
that's good. I'll write that down so I don't ask you again.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Thanks.
And Hillary and Jane, you're fine?
They stepped away for a moment.
Okay.
So in the high school one, this will be fun for people to listen to. In the high school
somebody
one, we
just-
had
Did somebody just
400
come in?
we had like 400 some odd people, and about at the end of it, about 70 we just couldn't get them into breakout rooms. They either didn't see the invitation or they were on a device that wasn't prompting them. So we just did a big whole group conversation, and it was pretty fabulous.
With 400 people, huh?
No, it was 70, the 70 or so people that couldn't get into breakout rooms.
Oh,
The other 410 made it successfully, or jump ship. I'm not quite sure.
Katie, you want to stop recording until they come back?
I think you need to stop. Oh, nope, I can stop recording.
pause it.
Okay.
Did you hit it?
Yeah, I hit recording paused.
Okay. Still
Well,
recording.
no, it says on my side, it says recording paused.
Well,
Okay.
we're also streaming.
So should I say streaming paused?
I don't know if you can.
At this point with streaming, I wonder if we should stop streaming because I have, let me create all the links for people to use so they can at least see those links on the YouTube. Can we tell if anybody's on YouTube streaming it? We can't tell, can we?
Knowing that you all took that extra step and checked it.
It looks like there's 9 people watching now.
Okay, so let me just add these links in that may be helpful. Even though they can't really copy and paste them. So hopefully other people shared items with them. At this point, it's pretty much them, though, just working on their stuff. So if they're watching, if you're watching, we would love if you could join us on in our actual Zoom room, which is under Performance Matters. Can't really copy and paste them. No, you can't. So in the invite link to the Zoom meeting, I'm going to give that number one more time if you'd like to join us. Because really at this point, just watching on YouTube, you're just going to be watching people reading and, well, the 3 of us waiting for everybody to come back. That number is 878-037-13107.
Katie, I did just
Somebody's
find where I can post that link in the stream. So
Oh, awesome.
I did just post that.
Hi, Jenny, welcome. Do you need to go into a break? Oh, Jenny figured out a breakout room. Awesome. Jane, did you need to be in a group with somebody?
Oh, shoot. I gave them the wrong link. Hold on just a second.
Oh, here's Isis. Yeah. Hi, Isis.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Did you want to go hang out with your Kokanee team or are you just jumping in?
No, I would love to hang out with my Kokanee peeps.
All right. Do you know how to get into a breakout room by yourself?
Yep, I see it right here. I will assign myself to Kokanee.
All right. Thanks, Isis. I think on all of these, when they're this large a PD, we just need to up I thought 300 would be enough based on what I was told, but it wasn't. So.
Well, with all the paras and stuff, no, we had to bump the high school one, even though there were, we probably could have, no, actually we couldn't have done it. Now that I think about that, even with just teachers. But
Yeah, so I probably
think
should have gotten it up to 500, but I was then told that it would even, and then when I looked at Performance Matters today, it was only up to 180, 195. So I was like, oh, we're good. Because I have 300.
We watched the high school number of registrations increase within 5 minutes of the start time. We just watched it.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. And at the end of it, it was.
You would think we're into almost a year of this, that we would figure this out by now, but oh well.
What I learned today is that I can assign you a 500 seat license while you're doing a meeting and it will take effect, which is.
That
like,
is,
great.
Zoom has really been great at adapting. I feel like, adapting for what we needed. Because remember, you couldn't do that before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the choosing of the breakout rooms is huge. We just got to get everybody on self-serve.
Yeah, we have noticed an uptick in the number of people who have Zoom issues. And when we look, they have older versions of Zoom. So
let's see, I just had Simone come in. And does anybody else, it says 5, does anybody else need to be put in a room? Hillary, Stephanie, or Jane, maybe they're just reading. So. Okay, that was a little stressful, but again, you can't laugh at yourself.
Everyone's in their groups.
Yep. Some of the groups are big. Let me see, did anybody end up going to Bear Creek like I recommended? Recommended people could go to oh my God, there's 61 people in that. No, nobody's gone to Bear Creek yet. Maybe they're still reading.
Katie, if you don't need me anymore, I'm going to step away if that's all right.
I think we are good. Thank you, Shelby, as always, for being on patrol.
Wow. See you guys soon. Take care.
Okay, bye. All right, I'm going to look at the documents they're creating. Let's see. I want to see if anybody's doing the podcasts or anything.
Yeah, I wonder if there's individuals that are still watching, if there are individuals still watching through YouTube who couldn't get into the session before. If they're able to log into the Zoom session or invite, we can put them now in breakout rooms.
Yeah, and I think Shelby posted that in the YouTube, on the YouTubes.
And what time are we?
Oh, some people are in the podcast. So I put the podcast posters and flow charts all in one where they could post what they wanted. So I'm excited that some people are trying this.
And they're coming back at 3:25?
Yeah. And then let's see, who's doing Google Docs? Oh, people are in here doing Google Docs. All right. Let's see. So we have about 10 minutes or yeah, no, what did we say? We have about 15 minutes. If you don't mind, I'm going to go throw on my tennis shoes. I will be right back.
Okay. I'll put anyone else in the room when they come.
All right, looks like people are posting stuff. Maybe we end up going to Bear Creek. Nope. No one's heard from Ruby Bridges either. I wonder if they had to do something different. Before we take off for when everybody comes back, I want to make sure we put the attendance link in the chat box again.
Yeah, I can put it in like when they come back. I'll.
Yeah. And then
Well,
It looks like for the middle school, when we do middle school, we might need to cut it down a little bit. I think we have to because they got some extra minutes in the next district day or something like that.
right. Just find this attendance. Here it is, I got it. But it's good everyone's able to get in the groups for the most part, but no, we got everyone in.
Yeah, I'm checking my email right now and it's everybody's like, your PD is full. It's like, I know. Oh, too many. Yeah, the specialist team is huge.
Well, that's good. That's a lot over there. Hi, Anne. Which school do you go to? Or would you like us to place you in?
I'm sorry. I was in Woodmore group and I got kicked out when my phone rang. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm sure.
The
yeah, I'm
blessing
sure
in
they did.
cursive.
So Woodmore?
Woodmore, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Seems like specialists in the Kokanee team have the most people. Okay. Oh, it only lets you do a certain amount of broadcasting. All right, well, all I can do is let people know that those spaces are available. Oh, somebody is in the waiting room. Hi, Chelsea, did you get kicked out? It's nice so many principals are joining their teams.
Yeah, I'm glad to see.
They're busy.
No, they're all busy.
No, I just saw, I was in the live and I saw that it said to join here. So now I'm trying to find my school and join. We're in breakout rooms, right?
Yeah, what school are you in?
West Hill. I just found them. So do I
Nice,
just?
so many principals are joining their teams.
Oh.
You saw me on your broadcast.
Oh, oh.
No, they're all busy.
Just talking away on YouTube.
Sorry.
No,
Okay.
you're fine.
Okay, I paused that. I don't know how to join it though.
If you see, what school are you in?
West Hill.
So if you go by West Hill and you hover over the number,
I see it now. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Bye, thanks. I'm excited to all the different learning activities everybody's choosing. People are clicking on Canva. Somebody did a Picto chart. Yay! A lot of Padlets. It's very exciting.
Let's see what we have.
Well, we're gonna start having people pop back in here.
Yep.
Maybe let me broadcast that. I'll give everybody a few more minutes to wrap up.
Are you all that are entering now coming from a group, or did you want to be put in a group?
I think they're all coming back because we said
Okay.
3:20.
Coming from an outside group that was meeting separately, yes.
I feel like when you're in a Zoom room working with people, that time goes so fast. And we probably gave them way too much stuff to do. And I'm gonna stop recording. Oh, that's a cute picture of Megan Arbuckle. She has all her cute old school Seahawks stuff on.
Thank you.
Megan, are you related to Morgan Arbuckle?
No.
Oh, I had a Morgan Arbuckle when I was at Montlake Terrace High School.
No, I don't know Morgan.
She was a great kid. All right, well, everybody's starting to come back, which is awesome. Make sure everybody can get, we are going to, let's see, do we have everybody? Some people are coming back in, Rick, and need admitting too.
Yep.
I'm gonna put the attendance in the chat again for those of you who we had technical difficulties, so I want to make sure that everybody that's here, as you can imagine, having this large a group, we want to make it as easy as possible to do attendance. So if you didn't fill out the Google form, you can also, well, well, I guess I don't have that slide up. So I know we only have a few minutes left. First of all, thank you all so much for being here. I think I'm going to go ahead and close the breakout rooms, because that'll give them another 50 minutes here, or 60 minutes. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate all your patience with the technical difficulties. I feel like even though we're over a year into this, we're constantly living and learning. Even Shelby was telling us how much like she learns every day. And I always just, she's our guru, right? That we go to all the time. So again, we appreciate that. Again, we're going to put, now that everybody's joining us, we're going to put in the chat box the attendance, just because we want to make sure everybody gets that. The other thing is, please make sure you go to Performance Matters if you haven't already to get your clock hours. I think too, what we realized is that, I think we realize this as teachers all the time, is that we might run out of time for all the activities we want to do. We hope that you guys had the opportunity at least to get to talk in your teams, because sometimes we don't get to do that. And it was great. We saw some principals joining your team. So that's awesome that you guys just get an opportunity to do that. We know everybody's really busy. So sometimes that collaboration piece gets a little moved by the wayside. The thing we wanted to end with is, first of all, very excited that people actually chose the podcast, the Padlet, and a poster. So I'm super excited that we get to actually see that. That we demonstrated that it's super cool when you get choice and voice in the activities, because maybe I want to read one article, but Rick doesn't want to read that article. He wants to read another one, or we want to do something different. So in the chat, or you're welcome to unmute if you want, if you're brave enough. I know it's a big group. If you'd like to share out any takeaways from today, that would be fantastic. Yes, this is the same form as before. We just posted the attendance form just in case people missed out.
One thing that stood out for me is the want and need statements that, you kind of hear about, but I forget about them. I need to use them. My kids need to use them. And kids who are young, it is a really effective, and it's a very mature thing to do. So it kind of, it sets you up. It's like such a great thing to start young. So I like those statements are really important, and I just forget.
Yeah, I think we all do. So no worries, but thank you for sharing. It looks like we have some things in the chat. Did anybody else want to unmute and have any other takeaways?
We just talked in our group about like making things explicit, because obviously we care about students, but we get busy and we get stressed. And so just making sure that we like do things that create time and space for them to know that we care, and for them to share things when they need to.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Matt.
It's true. It is very true. I think the busyness sometimes, and then again, you guys are essentially monitoring 2 classrooms at the same time, right? You're on your face classroom and then the other classroom, which makes it, that's something really, really new. So monitoring all that can be overwhelming for you too. And I'm seeing some great things in the chat about, well, besides the attendance form, it looks like that you guys, some people ran out of time, and I'm sorry for that. The nice thing with this is you guys have the documents. So if it's something that you want to continue learning about or working on, you definitely don't have to turn in anything to me if you don't want to. But I also think it's fun to sometimes play with those tools, because when I was teaching, sometimes the best way for me to actually use a tool was to actually play with the tool, because if I didn't play with it, I didn't feel as comfortable with it. And as we demonstrated today, it is okay if you mess up with that tool. I think kids appreciate when we mess up as well, because it just shows that we learn from our mistakes, and mistakes are okay. And I'm going to give credit to Melissa Riley for the choice and voice. That is all her. We started that with North Shore Learns 3.0. If you can remember, should go choice, what'd you do? Choice, voice, or something like that. To me, that makes teaching really fun, just because not only does it get kids engaged with choice and voice, but hopefully you were all engaged because it wasn't just, Rick and I sitting here talking to you for a whole 90 minutes, first of all. Second, it just allows people to kind of engage in the things that they might be interested in, and then an opportunity to collaborate in different ways. So let's see, I'm going to read some of these unless anybody else has any last words before we take off for the day. Anyone? I know it's, I'm just going to read some of these. I appreciate the opportunity to think about what things are about. Remote learning, that you can bring back to the classroom, grit and growth mindset. And I don't know about you guys, we have a lot of kiddos who are perfectionists, who feel like they have to do it perfect out, right out the gate, and that they don't have that opportunity to redo things or learn. And I think that's really, really, really important. The SEL activities, and I feel like, at least for me as a secondary person, SEL, like we talk a little bit, like somebody mentioned ACEs scores and things like that. But I think during this time too, there's just some really simple things that, I think we've all gone through. Like we think of sometimes as social emotional for our really vulnerable kids, but I think everybody's going through some sort of level of, I always joke that we kind of ebb and flow. Like we have our good days, we have our bad days. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, if I have to wear this mask one more day, or I don't know about you guys, but I watch movies and they're not wearing masks and it like puts me in a panic, like that weirdness, right? And so those things affect us, and we need to really take care of ourselves as well. So with that being said, I am going to, I'd like to really value your time because it's extremely important. Thank you so much for joining Rick and I today. Again, I apologize about the technical difficulties. If you have any questions about any of the tools we used, please feel free to reach out to myself or Rick, or if you have any feedback for us, we always appreciate that. And again, I know we kind of ran out of time, so I apologize for that. But have a fabulous week. It's just getting nicer out. Enjoy your kiddos being back on ground. And hopefully I'll be out at your schools, and Rick will be out at your schools, so we can see all the action up close. So thank you all, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out to my HiCap HCMT peeps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Cottage Lake people. Good to see you.
I'm gonna make sure I stop the recording.